thank everybody on behalf of my whole family for coming and being here. Filling this gym just shows what a wonderful person that she was to all of us and all the different roles that she played in the community and in our lives. I had a really hard time coming up with what to say that could really exemplify who she was. Okay. So I went to the beach yesterday where I feel her presence, where I feel close to her, a place where I know that she is. And so I'm just going to read to you what I wrote yesterday. Tomorrow is the memorial service, and I am sitting on the beach remembering all the amazing things my mom taught me and all the joy and marvel she had at this beautiful Oregon coast. It's been rainy and nasty, but now there is a break in the clouds. Blue skies overhead. The tide is high, little sand to be seen as the waves crash noisily and rush all the way up to the rocks. The sun is about to go down, and I am pondering what I can say at the service tomorrow that will capture this person that was such a key player, an orchestrator, a counselor, and a friend in my life. She always had time and was always present for me. She taught me what it was to love. She gave me space to make my own mistakes and then to feel the sting of the lessons from them, even if she could have warned me. She probably did warn me. But she never made me feel ashamed that I made them. She wasn't perfect. She made her own mistakes in life. And maybe that's how she knew the value that was to be learned. She was beautiful. She was radiant. She had this inner light that shined so bright. Everyone that met her could see it right away. She was special. She was wise, maybe from her own lessons. She could talk to you about nearly any subject and almost always knew a lot about it. But when she didn't, she never faked it. She had a gift of teaching, of sharing her knowledge, and one of the things she was most passionate about was science. She was such a learner, so curious, and would always seek out information and retain it. As I walk along the beach, I can't help but hear her telling me about the sedimentary rock, the volcanic basalt, and all of these geologic marvels that made up the Oregon coast so many thousands of years ago. I think of all the wonders and unanswered questions she had about these things and smile, hoping now she can have all these questions answered. I feel such a peace at the beach, sharing this love of our surroundings with her. Such joy remembering her passion for it. There is something so calming, even in the unsettled, tumultuous waves. I know that was the reason she needed to be back here for her final time on Earth. I feel peace the ocean brings. These last couple years have been so hard on our entire family, but mostly for her. She felt such pain in the death of her son, my brother Damien, and then as her body was attacked by cancer. But you would have never known. She handled it with such strength and such grace. She rarely complained and often rejoiced in all the blessings she never forgot to count. She used these hurts and experiences to teach about her unwavering faith in God, how despite these trials, life had been good, and that God had blessed her life. I was drawn this weekend to Philippians 4. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard our hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So as we remember Rose Burby, Mrs. Burby, my mama, our friend, let us rejoice. Rejoice that we knew her, learned from her, shared in this imperfect life with her, and all of the lessons that came with it. And let us learn from her also. She would hope that we could all know and experience the love she found in her relationship with God. The relationship that gave her that bright light within her, that drew us all to want more from her. Time, knowledge, love. I am thankful to God for every one of those things she shared with us all.